bedrock foundation of our Western civilization. Many of them come from Eastern countries, many are from Latin America, many are from all over the world. But if you have any interest in supporting one of our kids going this spring, talk to me. I would really love to raise an additional $30,000 tonight to help pay for that because my accountant said I'm not supposed to. So anyway, I would like to introduce Georgia Nomikos. Georgia Nomikos spoke at the United Nations last year, and some ambassador was talking about how he supported the empowerment of women, and she said, "Sir, we have empowered men since we gave birth to them." Don't mess with Georgia Nomikos.
Especially because she has a daughter. Good evening, Your Excellencies, honored guests, award recipients, ladies and gentlemen. And wow, Jim, what a great turnout. That's because you're very amazing. I want to personally thank you for supporting us tonight, and congratulations to all our distinguished honorees for all their efforts in making this a better world. In the words of American playwright Henry Miller, "The light of Greece opened my eyes, penetrated my pores, expanded my whole being." I hope you enjoyed our video, which is a very, very, very small taste of the light and beauty of Hellas. This tiny piece of sacred land that gave birth to some of the greatest accomplishments of humankind. Once again this year, our young global leaders will journey to Hellas as they experience for themselves the place that gave rise to the humanistic ideals of leadership and democracy, opening their minds, hearts, and spirits. They will walk the paths of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, the great leader Pericles, and the legendary Aspasia. You all know who Aspasia is? And will experience the spirit of Hellenism. With this spirit and Hellenic ideals, and with your support to the J. Luz Foundation, our young leaders will be inspired to step up and lead with great passion, wisdom, and knowledge to make a positive change and a better world for all. And now, in the words of the great Socrates, the only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance. And in my words, always support and guide our youth for education and intellectual freedom for all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nigel, you're here, right? Where's Nigel? Nigel, going once. Has anyone seen Nigel? No, right? My phone has been going crazy in my pocket the last 20 minutes. I don't have time to read who's texting me. Okay, we will move Nigel to the back. Oh, so now... So now we have a fairly significant award. It's the first time we have ever given the Claire Booth Award. Most of you, many of you are not from the United States. Many of you are not my age. And you don't know who Henry Luce was of Time Life magazine or who his wife, Claire Booth Luce, was. Republicanism used to be not a bad thing. It certainly was not an evil thing. It was a conservative thing. But the Republican Party of Larry Rockefeller and others of his ilk, including Henry Luce and Clare Boothe Luce, was interested in people talking to each other, of religions getting along, of helping the homeless, of making sure that there was a safety net. It's a very different thing. And my parents actually turned against the Republican Party, so I was raised a Democrat. But I do have great respect for the Renaissance woman that Clare Boothe Luce was. She was the first American ambassador appointed from Washington. She served in Italy. She was a member of the House of Representatives from the state of Connecticut, and she was also a playwright. She was kind of like the woman of The Devil Wore Prada. She was an editor of, I believe, Vogue. It was before my time, honestly. I went to her funeral. I never read the magazine. But she was, yeah, my dad's generation. But she was a powerful woman, and she was best known perhaps for her friendship with Madame Chiang Kai-shek's wife, Mrs. Chiang Kai-shek. And through the publication of Time Life magazine, which went on to become AOL and CNN and then Time Warner, they really pushed Taiwan being accepted in the world. And if you go to Taiwan today, there are many, many things named after Clare Boothe Luce. And so it's kind of exciting for me to have an award. And so it was important for us to find somebody, not necessarily conservative, but somebody who lived outside the box, somebody who saw humanity not as something to be pitied, but something to be uplifted, and really wanted to be, through huge intelligence, giving back to humanity. And there are not a lot of women like that. So Tony and I thought about it, and then Tony came up with the nomination of an incredibly special person who I would like to introduce to you and present an award to. And it has an autograph from Clare Boothe Luce, which is kind of cool. We've never done that before, so it's a different shape of frame. But with that, if you'd like to come up, I don't even want to do justice to your bio. She's American. She's been, she has a graduate degree from the Mailman School of Public Health at Columbia University. She has worked extensively around the world with HIV education, but also more on the medical side. She will speak to you about her many accomplishments. I just know her as just an incredible human being who I think could be a dear friend. And I think she can be a friend not only to all of us, but to all of humanity, and one day perhaps the Undersecretary of the United Nations. Yeah. So with that, let's give it the official picture here. So, let me read just a few of the official things so that you'll know she's legit. Don't take my word for it. With my eyesight, I don't know if she's better than my really truly awards. But anyway, yes, she's a humanitarian, a public health specialist in mental health. One of the really cool things about her is that she tries to take stigma away from problems with mental health. That we don't hide people under the bed or in the closet anymore. We talk about problems. As I've tried to do in my column in the Huffington Post, you can't ignore things like suicide or depression or HIV. I mean, there's just a whole host of things that we need to put out on the table. Sexual abuse, incest, all sorts of problems that we think are things we don't talk about, but they actually need to be talked about so that people don't feel embarrassed about them. And she will obviously tell you more about that. She has spoken to the White House's United States on the Women's Summit, the Clinton Global Initiative University, the United Nations General Assembly. She embodies the characteristics of honor, intelligence, benevolence, and integrity. And with that, I give you Kalia.
for that kind introduction and for giving me this incredible award. I'm humbled and flattered. And thank you also for the important work you do with the Luce Foundation. I feel privileged to receive an award named after such a trailblazing pioneer and consummate politician as Claire Booth Luce. I shall try to live up to the legacy. Distinguished hosts, guests, friends and family, it is an honor to stand in front of you today in receipt of this prize. We stand now at a key moment in history. It seems sometimes the world is becoming increasingly divided by class, by race, by fixed lines of geography, while at the same time the tools for deeper social cohesion are all around us. The world is getting smaller in some ways, as we are linked through technology at all times to all people in all places. However, at the same time that this is happening, we are seeing another phenomenon. We are seeing that there are literally plagues of loneliness, depression, anxiety, and isolation. These modern-day plagues are not so much the rise of mental illness as the decline of mental health, as places and interactions are increasingly designed for the purpose of making money as opposed to making living environments suitable for people. All of my life, I've been focused on the promotion of peace as well as the promotion of health. From my time as a volunteer in the Peace Corps to working as an AIDS researcher during the height of the AIDS crisis, to promoting religious pluralism and social and economic development in some of the most far-flung places in the world through the Aga Khan Development Network. But truly, my journey had not begun until the year that I was the victim of a violent crime myself, which left me physically unharmed, but mentally injured. Like the hundreds of thousands of people in the US alone, and the billions worldwide, who have experienced more than their minds can handle, I developed what I could now call PTSD. While I am healed now, an amazing thing has come of that pain. An insatiable drive to stop the cycles of violence in this world and to reach peace and to devote myself to a life of service. Do you know that in Pakistan, which has seen years of cross-border and sectarian conflict, there is only one psychiatrist for every 2 million people? And in Haiti, post-disaster, there were 4 psychiatrists for the entire country. And this is the norm. But we cannot expect people who have borne witnesses to atrocities to just shake it off, as often this is where the seeds of violence begin. Mental health should be a basic human right. But in most cases, it is the very last thing that is attended to, instead of the first. I have been quoted before as saying the opposite of community is not lack of community, but calamity. That is because the wounds that are unaddressed get infected, and in the US and worldwide, we're seeing the consequences of neglecting mental health for far too long. But we can turn this around and wage peace. Effective and scalable mental health solutions are out there, but most of them are not being given a chance to see the light of day. And even more than making sure that the solutions that are currently in trials reach the people that need it most when they need it most, i.e. now, is making sure we continue to put money into real solutions and not psychiatric band-aids that put money in the hands of pharma at the expense of people's lives. But there are also simple solutions. One's mental health outcomes largely predicted by the strength of your support networks around you and the feeling of safety and security that you have. And this is actually good news, because it means that we can all be part of the solution by creating communities of support and cohesion instead of division. Together with my husband, Thomas Ermokora, who is here tonight and will be winning the prestigious Humanitarian of the Year award, which sounds super cool. I'm kind of jealous. We have been working to try to address this ever-growing need for strong and resilient communities. Through his incredible work, via his nonprofit Clear Village and his cultural innovation hub in London, Thomas has been an inspiration to me as well as a source of constant support, and I'm grateful to him every day. I'm also grateful to my family who are here tonight, and without whom I would not be the strong woman I have become, and our amazing circle of friends. Who have shown up here tonight to be a part of this. What you see around you is precisely the kind of strong, resilient community that this world needs and that everybody deserves. This, my friends, is how you make the world a better place. One person at a time, one location at a time, one division at a time. I consider myself blessed to have been able to build a bridge from the darkness of my own experience into the light of the present. And blessed because now I know that my life's work is to help grow this bridge and make it wider and stronger until it is no longer a bridge, it is firm ground. I'm so incredibly honored to receive this International Service Prize. Thank you. I promise to return the honor by using the prize itself as a beacon of light for others to come towards. So we can build this bridge together, every one of us. Nobel Peace Prize winner Aung San Suu Kyi once said, "If you're feeling helpless, help someone." We all have the power to help somebody. And if we all wield that power together, it can, quite literally, change the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. It was incredibly inspiring and fantastic, I think, for everyone to hear. Thank you so much. The next award will be the J. Luce Foundation Humanitarian Award, which we're very excited to give. And I'm hoping that all of you are looking forward to the rest of the events. I don't know if you've looked in the program. I know I'm guilty of never reading programs. I like to live in the moment. But if you've looked at the program, we have a live auction coming up. It was also a silent auction. You may have looked at some of these items. But we are hoping that you will open up your hearts and your wallets to support everybody who is committed to humanitarian efforts, as well as young global leaders, and all of the money that you contribute to these live auctions will go to these fantastic organizations and people. So, what? No. All right. In case the cracks are showing, I am a substitution MC. I was supposed to be a second MC. There were notes and all kinds of beautiful things to be said that I was not made privy to. So it's a little by the seat of our pants, so forgive me for not knowing about the thing he just whispered in my ear. But I'm going to turn it over to James Luce now, who knows all of the things. Thank you.